what's up?
How are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
You're good. Okay, so can you please introduce us to yourself, please?
Oh, I go by SnookNazty. I'm a producer first, pretty much, artist, and I engineer people, so I make everybody sound good. You know.
So, where did you get your name from?
Uh, my name, I got it from like my aunt. So like when I was little, they was like, oh, Snookums and stuff, like little cute little baby names and stuff. So I was like, all right, as I grew up, they just kept calling me Snook. So that's where that part. And then I was working at like a movie theater or something, and they was like, oh, my manager, I think, she was like, Snook nasty, Snook nasty. Oh, because I used to like talk to the girls and stuff, So, so
You used to
then,
work at a movie theater?
yeah, it was like the dollar movie theater.
Oh my gosh, that was fun, I'm sure.
It was straight. I don't really work in like it's, yeah.
No, I feel you. I feel you. So, how long have you been doing what you've been doing?
uh, I was an artist first, so like I was like starting to record myself, and like it's been like 10 years probably. Nah, sheesh, I'm old. It's been about 14 years. But then I went to like Grayson Tech. It was like a little part of the school day where you like learn audio engineering and stuff because I wanted myself to sound better. So then I went to Middle Tennessee State for college because I was following that dream. So I was like, but yeah, 14 years I've been doing it. But the engineering part probably been like 10 solidly.
So, did you get your degree?
I have a degree in digital media. I came back home and got it at GGC.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you've been doing this for a long time then.
Yeah.
What got you into music and doing engineering and all that?
uh, Basically, like I used to like listen to like Soulja Boy when he was first coming out.
You're young. Oh my God, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 27.
Oh, you're a baby, bro.
Never mind that. I said I was old. I ain't old.
But keep going, keep going.
All right, yeah. So Soulja Boy, I used to listen to him, and it was like basically I would hear the songs, and me and my friend Brandon, we would like make what I'm saying, parody songs about it, and then we would like make little parody CDs and pass them at school and stuff. So it was sort of like a joke at first, and then I sort of fell in love with the music. So it was pretty cool.
How cool is that? Okay. So, if you could work with an artist, alive or dead, who would you work with?
Oh, that's a good one.
Or both, either or.
How does it have to be one?
One of each category.
Okay. Sheesh. Alive. I don't really want to say a rapper because it's just like.
An artist in general. It could be a composer.
Alive would probably be like Brent Fayez. That would probably be like a great like collab because the types of beats I make, it just would match. Dead, probably Tupac or Nipsey. It would just be pretty good either way. But Pac, obviously, that's like just to have him in the room, that would have been crazy.
No, honestly, yeah. And I've been listening to a lot of your beats, and it's very, for lack of better phrasing, it's very specific and very particular. Like it sounds very clean, So it sounds like you take a lot of time with like perfecting every single thing. Like, would you say that you're a very like perfectionist kind of person?
Yeah, I'm a very like specific person when it comes to like I know you interviewed Tim. Like most of my beats, I'm not one of the producers that has like a lot of beats that's just sitting around. So like my beats, they're made for that specific song or for a specific, So I'll make it with the vibe of the room, and I'll just like take out parts or add parts, you know, just for the feel. Then if I hear like a hook or something, I'll write that, you know. But it's just like I like to say it's two types of producers. Like it's a very musically inclined producer, which I'm not, you know. But that's fine because I understand some theory, you know. But that just came with years of learning, and then the technical producer. But that's why I'm an audio engineer too, because I can make anything sound good, you know. So it might be like a simple beat, but I can make it sound like it's so much more, you know.
If you weren't doing this, what would you be doing with your life?
If I wasn't doing this, I would. That's a good question. It's like got some good questions today.
Sorry. I be throwing them curveballs. Sorry. Look at Timmy promoting quarantine music available. Brr, brr, brr.
Hey, but if I wasn't doing music, I would probably like I had like dreams of being like a lawyer, a doctor, you know, and like before I did music and stuff, like I was straight A student, gifted, all that. Like I was in everything, so it's like mentally I was there and I could have went on that path. But then when I fell in love with music, it was just sort of like, okay, this is your calling. Like you have to do this. But probably like a lawyer or something like every kid probably dreams of doing, and then you hit life and you realize, you know.
What made you stop being a lawyer, wanting to pursue a career being a lawyer?
Honestly,
He's the smart one. Timmy said, "You're the smart one." He's.
it's in good harmony. You know what I'm saying?
But what made you stop wanting to be a lawyer?
Basically, it was like when you see all the years of school and all the like particulars in it, it's just like for me, I'm one of those people. If I don't have a passion for something, then I couldn't do it. I couldn't like commit totally to that. So, like when I realized music just felt natural, it was like it was no questions asked. It was just automatic, you know. And then my life just started turning to just isolating myself in a room and just looking at YouTube videos, learning everything, and just I might disappear for months at a time, go to school, come back home, be in my room the whole rest of the night, and then go to sleep for like 2 hours, get back up and go to class, you know. But it's this feeling it's hard to explain in words, but pretty much it's just like when you know something, you know. I feel it.
So to piggyback off of that, how has this quarantine been affecting you emotionally, physically, artistically, etc.?
Emotionally, at first it was like a lost feeling, and then like basically things just started falling in line. Like that's when I became like a full-time audio engineer for losing my job. But I thought that was a problem, but it was really a blessing in disguise, you know. And then physically, it's just like it feels like the same day over and over. So it's just like my body is like in tune to wake up at this time, go to sleep at this time, you know. But I just had to learn, like emotionally. What I say? What did you say? Physically, mentally, emotionally?
Like it's just all the feelings. Just how are you feeling?
It was like right now it's feeling lovely. Like musically, it's like me like pretty much coming to a feeling of I know I got this, and like other people tell me you got this, and just working with a lot of people and just seeing like numbers and seeing numbers don't lie and just seeing, you know, the reaction from people when certain things happen. It's just like, okay, I'm getting in the groove of things that should have been happening a long time ago, but I needed to make that leap to make it happen, you know.
Since you brought that up, a question that I've been meaning to ask you. So there are millions of rappers out there, right? And like, hey, DJ Soup. That's one of your friends too, right? DJ Soup?
I probably know the face. I run into a lot of artists and everything.
Yeah, I feel like the rapper world, like you guys like all know each other, and it's so funny in a really cool way.
Probably a million times and wouldn't even realize like
Yeah, that's exciting. I think it's super cool. But okay, to wrap it up. Okay, so what is the ideal follower count for you personally?
Follower count on Instagram.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh, at one point I had like 11K, and that was cool. But then, like me, I'm a really like introverted person, so I might be working, and then realize, man, I didn't record any of this. So then months go by and I don't post anything, or unless like I'm recording Tim and he's like, man, you got to get a video for this beat. That's the only reason I have most of my beat videos up, because if it wasn't for him, I would just have beats just randomly sitting there. So pretty much it's like 11K. Really, once you hit that 10K mark, you in a good little area. But for me, I don't really focus on the numbers as much. When I was younger, like when Instagram first really started popping, I was focused on that, and it was just like, oh my god, I gotta keep these up, and it was just a stress. Now it's just like the numbers going up, even though it went down because of me finishing school and like really not being on social media so much. But now it's going back up. It's more natural and more, less effort necessary for it. But that's it.
Tim said you suck at posting.
I do. Like, my last post is probably from like 2 weeks ago, from when we dropped our project, the quarantine music. But other than that, I post stories sometimes. But other than that, you might not get a post from me for like 2 months. I gotta do better. But it's just like, oh, they'll be all right. You know what I'm saying?
They'll be all right. they'll find something else to look at. Okay. What other platforms do you like to use?
As far as like social media.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So like, I just really got into the YouTube thing. So like, I'll post beat videos and stuff, and really just the numbers, they all add into each other. So I use my Instagram following to go to there, or I always had a Twitter, and I'm always on Twitter, but I really don't post on Twitter. So it's just like those numbers is just like stagnant. But it's just like I get my news and stuff from Twitter and stuff like that. But I say Twitter is probably my next favorite other than Instagram. Instagram I spend the most time on, only because that's where I'm really active on.
I was talking to an artist friend of mine, and I was like, I feel like Twitter really isn't the platform for artists. Like if you're an activist or a politician, like you're trying to start a movement, Twitter is your home. But if you're an artist, it's like, if you're an artist with an opinion, go to Twitter. But like if you're trying to promote your music,
It's
like
it's like you can make it work, but what I see is like Twitter probably works for artists like detriment. Like it makes them put a
wow.
worse position than they would be in, because a lot of times just because you can say something doesn't mean you should. And
Mhm.
artists like to put their opinion on things that they probably, in a politically correct world, they shouldn't say anything about, because then you lose followers, you lose opinions that could have been towards purchasing your music or your product. You're gonna lose them people because you voiced something that you could have just been quiet about. You know,
What are your thoughts on cancel culture?
it's a love-hate relationship, because I feel like as much as I'm talking about these artists and like saying stuff on Twitter and stuff, I feel like once I get to a certain point where it's more traffic coming in and more numbers and everything, I'm probably gonna be one of them that says something that's, you know, they probably wouldn't agree with the majority, or I'll be very, very Black Lives Matter-ish, if that makes sense. And it's just sort of like me. I'm one of those people, when I believe in something, I feel like I know it. So it's like I ain't going to hear no, what I'm saying, people going against it.
So do you mind discussing that or no?
I don't mind. I'm an open book.
What are your thoughts on Black Lives Matter, the protests and everything going on right now?
uh, I feel like it's necessary, like the protesting and getting heard. I feel like everything is necessary. I feel like it shouldn't be in my opinion, it shouldn't only be when it's hot topics going on that the protesting and things happen. I feel like it should be continuous and it should be consistent with, if you really believe in this, then it should be consistent and just going every single week or every month or something. It's time set aside to do this and make sure that it doesn't stop until that change that we want happens, you know? And I feel like it's very, like, it's in this age, a lot of things are trending and, you know, and when they start trending, then people want to jump on it, but then next week it's nowhere to be found. And I don't like that part about it, because that to me, that weakens the point. That weakens, like, the goal of everything.
True, true. So how do you think you could use your music to make an impact on the world?
I have this thing where I like to make music that feels good. And I like to, like, it's just a certain feeling that you get when you hear certain things. That's why a lot of my beats are, like, happier sounding, is because it's just, like, I want to give people that happy feeling and just make them smile or want to dance, or, you know, it's just like when you can control that aspect of things, then it's just positivity. I feel like it continues to come your way.
That song that you sent me, I'm so excited to edit this video. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to use this. Because it made me so happy listening to it. It made me feel like I was like walking in the park. It was like literally the perfect song.
That was that summertime instrumental from me and Tim's project, the Quarantine Music, is like track 2, I believe. Yeah, I'm not good with all that. I just put it on there. But yeah, that was the beat for that song. So I made it. It was actually in one of Tim's sessions. I made it, and it was gonna be his song, I believe. I might be wrong. I don't know.
You gotta get better at promoting yourself.
Yeah, but yeah, it's basically that was one of the instrumentals, and it was just like once you get that good feeling, it's like the creativity is like instant. It's, you know, it doesn't take much thought. You know, and it reminds, like you said, you felt like you were walking on the beach or something.
Yeah, yeah.
The hook on the song is, it reminds me of the summertime, and that's literally what it was. It was just speaking what we probably would have had a conversation about listening to it.
What do your parents do? That's so random. You don't have to answer that if you don't want to. But I'm just you're just so good at like putting emotion into your music. So I'm trying to psychoanalyze you.
It's like a tax appraiser, so
she's a what?
It's a tax appraiser. Like, she works for the county, so she like measures people's houses and tells them pretty much how much taxes they're gonna pay on their house. So yeah, and my dad, I don't know what he do. He ain't really been there, so yeah.
That's so. Sorry, I'm thinking about this stand up where this guy was like, "Girls always say that's so random," but it is. That's so random that like you're a musician. Like, what do your siblings do?
I have a lot of siblings, but the ones that I grew up with in my household were like my 2 little sisters. So one, she actually just started like a ashtray business where she like paints the ashtrays, and
that's genius.
Yeah, and I'm gonna help her build a site, like a website, so she can sell it and everything. We just gotta sit down and make that happen. But she just started that, and it's pretty good. And she's really talented. She can sing and everything, but I feel like she's getting into her artistic passion right now. And my younger sister, she's young, so she's still in middle school, so she'll figure it out.
Aww. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, that's so awesome. So since you are an older brother, how do you feel about the women's rights movement right now?
The women's rights movement?
We're going to talk about music eventually, I promise.
I feel like equality is necessary regardless of what topic you're talking about. It should be equality, but I feel like a lot of times in cancel culture, a lot of things happen and people get behind certain things that they shouldn't, or push certain things. Like if the roles were flipped, you know, I feel like you should fight for the good and bad. Basically, that's what I'm saying. But it feels like a lot of times it's like the women's rights, like I'm fully backing it and behind it, but it's just like a politician. Like they might say something and it's like, okay, we're fighting for this, but then it's like certain things. I don't really want to get into that part, but I feel
No, like be specific. Like, what do you mean?
I feel like even with like the Tory Lanez and Megan the Stallion thing,
Okay.
I feel like that should be like in women's rights. Yeah, nobody should be shot. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody, regardless of the situation, you shouldn't be shooting people. So it's like we shouldn't need the backstory, but I feel like if the roles were reversed, then it wouldn't be so fast to jump on the woman in the situation. That's the only thing I'm trying to say. But I agree totally. It's just I wish everything was transparent in every situation, and I wish that it could be transparent for the good and the bad, so that way we can see, okay, like we work in the same job and a woman might get paid less. It's like reason. There's no reason for that. You know, I don't agree with things like that, but otherwise, I just feel like it's like part of the cancel culture part. Pretty much is what I don't like about it, and that goes into really any topic. I don't like the cancel culture part, but I feel like it's necessary because if somebody does something bad, they should be canceled. You know, but if all the details aren't there, I don't feel like we should jump to it yet. You know.
True. Speaking of Megan the Stallion, did you watch the music video yet?
Yeah, I watched the video.
God. I hate your reaction right now. Just
that said a lot, didn't
Jesus. What did you think about it?
it?
And in the comments below, guys, tell us what you thought of the Megan the Stallion Cardi B video as well.
The video was dope. The video was amazing.
Okay, what was amazing about the video?
If you watch it,
Who's laughing in the background? They're laughing in the background.
it's like basically like a timeline of actions, and it's just like when they go into the different rooms, they see different things, and I love that. It's just like, but it's not like all similar things. It's like totally different things in the different rooms, and then all the outfits and all the like artistic stuff behind it. That video is really dope. Like even like certain little aspects of like the chain of the door like turn into a snake or whatever it turned into. It's just like who thinks of stuff like this? That's like crazy. And then obviously the dancing and stuff. I don't like the song that much. It's
Honestly, as a producer, what did you think of the song?
that beat was like out of 10, that beat was an 8, and it was right there. It could have been that 10, but that
Honestly, I feel like I was like waiting for the beat to drop.
yes, it was like the tension was building the whole time, but it was just like when they had that little sample, and it was like there's some holes in it. They could have used that sample so much more and just put some 808s behind it, and literally they could have just had those two things on there with a clap, and that could have been amazing. No matter what they said on there, there was so much potential for that. For them, I felt like they snapped. They did their part, but it was just like on the beat end, it was like so much more to be asked for.
So now controversial, who did better, Cardi B or Meg?
I'll probably have a few more listens to really give an opinion on. I feel like they both did their thing. I didn't really pay attention too much about what they were saying. It might be some wordplay or something that I missed, and I might be like, oh, she said this, But they both did a good job to me so far. But I'll probably listen again now critically and be like, oh.
Timmy said Cardi. I agree with you. Lyrically, like, I don't know. Let me not say something to get myself canceled, but because I know we're all about like women supporting women, but like also we're allowed to give each other constructive criticism,
That's what I was talking about. That cancel culture is like you should be able to say your opinion without getting canceled, And it's just like if I was criticizing, just the same way I just did, But if I was criticizing a dude, it probably wouldn't be taken as harshly. But it's just sort of like, if a dude's on trash, I'll say, hey, yeah, that ain't it. I ain't going to say it in a disrespectful way. It's just like, but it can be taken that way. And then you get canceled. It's like, really? Like, yeah.
Okay, so where can we, because I know I haven't been checking the time because I know that you need to go soon. But where can we follow you, stalk you, all that fun stuff?
I don't need no more stalkers, but
Do you get a lot of stuff in your DM?
oh my god, yeah.
Really?
I get a lot of texts, a lot of like this whole time I ain't even on my phone. It's just been going off, and it's just like, oh my god, it's like money.
Is it those thirst trappers?
Oh no, not like that. Like I don't get
Okay. Oh,
a
okay.
lot of money calling. Like it's a lot of you know what I'm
Oh
saying.
well, if you wanna like, if you need an assistant, like I'll like charge you 90%.
Oh, okay, that's a little steep, but everywhere is like everything I have is SnookNazty, SnookNazty. But pretty much I made it so everything is consistent. I did have a different Instagram name for a while. It was Big Daddy Nasty, but I changed it because it was.
I'm glad you did.
I got that reaction a lot. That's why I was like, okay, yeah, it's about time for me to switch it up, you know.
Send her the invoice for all the artists. Yes, send me the invoice to me. You'll get it when Sally Mae gets their money too. Do you have a lot of student loans too, or were you on scholarship?
Both. I was like getting those loans, and I was living pretty nicely, you know. And then when I got done with school, they was like, so if it wasn't for the pandemic and stuff, then I would be mad. But I don't have to pay it right now, so I'm just like, okay. And it ain't accruing interest, so it's just stuck
What?
for all college students. So it's just sort of
Am I technically still a student?
no. For all people like with student loans, I mean, like
She gonna get money when she gonna get her. Tim said she gonna get her money when I feel like it.
Sally don't play.
She don't, bro. She's coming for all of us after all this is over.
Oh, you have plenty of time to get your payment ready. So it's true though. So yeah,
Honestly. Okay, so do you have any last words of advice for people who want to get to tap more into the artistic side?
uh, hold on. Can you repeat the question again?
Do you have any advice for anyone who wants to tap into the artistic side?
Don't be afraid and take the leap and use your resources that are there. Open your eyes to your resources as far as like everybody has a different life. And some people might have things that they didn't realize that they have, just like me. Like musically, like when the pandemic and stuff happened, I was like, what am I going to do? You know, I didn't know like how I was going to make ends meet and stuff, you know. But then it was just like, okay, use what you got. And I did that, and it's been working very well. So it's just like for anybody, just don't be scared to take the leap. But it shouldn't take a pandemic for you to take that leap. Just take it. And if you fail, then you already know the answer to what, you know, would have happened. But if you never take that leap, you never know. And that might haunt you forever.
I love that. I like you. You're a very unique human being.
Thank you.
This is the dog licking me. Where are you originally from?
I'm from Lawrenceville, born and raised.
Where's that? What state?
Oh, Georgia. It's in like North Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Oh, and that it makes sense why you guys all know each other.
I think you interviewed Info too, right?
Yeah, you know Info too?
For him too. He was here. Yeah. So
Yo, y'all just need to make a band together or something.
pretty much, we already work together. All of us like collabs and stuff like that. So it's just like a brotherhood. Like the music, it's just like it brings everybody together, and I love that. You know.
No, I did pay attention to you, Timmy. I did. I just didn't know like how tight the circle was because ATL is huge. Like, what are the odds that like you guys all know each other? You know?
Yeah. It's like it's a lot of people that do music and like, yeah. But like pretty much it just brings everybody together and it pretty much like gives you something to do. It gives you something to do and something positive to do and something that you can create and have that's yours that nobody else can take from you, you know? And it's just sort of, I love my job. I love being someone that can help somebody create that, you know, even if it's just a simple question. You think I should say it like this, bro? And I give my answer, then they do it, and the look on their face is like, okay, yeah, that's it, you know? Or then when somebody hears a beat for the first time, and it's like, I made that beat, so I'm sort of like, you know, anxious, like, are they gonna like it? And they're like, oh shit, this is amazing. And I'm like,
All right, one last question, and then I'm gonna let you go hustle, make your money. But so I was told several years ago that Atlanta is basically like the Black New York, the Black California. What are your thoughts on that?
I feel like that's a good question too, because it's just sort of, I can't say it's the black any place. I just feel like it's like the new hub of what's going on. So it's like when somebody from LA or New York or something wants to make something happen, then Atlanta is that place, because it's sort of like when you see like how the locals and people that aren't even from here that moved here, and you know, they make a living and they bring, it's like a stirring pot of all the different cultures. And like when you see that, it makes you realize like people are beautiful, and it brings positivity, and it makes people sort of come together and take things from other cultures. As far as like movies and stuff, it's like the scenery, you can make it into any kind of backdrop. It can look like a New York or something if you get certain angles. And then it'll probably be harder to make it look like LA, but it's just sort of like, I see what they're saying in like the time frames when they had, you know, a lot of things going on, and which they still do. But Atlanta, it was just sort of, we didn't get the chance, and now that the chance is here, we broke that door down. It's no more not giving us chances. We're making the chances now, you know.
That's dope, dope, dope. Okay, awesome, awesome. This was so good. This was so rewarding. Thank you so much for taking the time out to chat with me. So definitely, everyone, go check out SnookNazty, and I'm hoping to interview all of you in your little circle at some point over these upcoming weeks.
You probably gonna get a lot of DMs.
I hope so. Yo, come at me. Like let's do it. Let's help each other out. That's what we're supposed to do as human beings, right? Like,
yeah, definitely.
Like help keep the circle going, because we can all succeed, right?
Yeah.
There's no more need for crabs in the bucket. We can all make it.
Exactly. And I hope you all do. And I'm happy to see somebody making something happen like you, because these interviews are great. And thank you for having me on here.
No, thank you for being here. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. I'll talk to you later. Thanks, guys.